lineup of the opponent having a massive amount of spell damage from the get-go,
Okay.
so you don't really have a choice,
Right? Yeah, that's what I mean.
You
Right?
you could also do it when the enemy has a lot of spell damage. If you have a save on your team, say you have an Oracle, then maybe you could skip the BKB. So it also kind of depends on your own team's composition.
True. Okay. Fair enough. We'll see what happens. We're in draft freaking number 2, by the way. And Hokori, I'm interested. Their drafts, if anything, as Bowie said, are exciting. So I'm excited to see what they come up with this time. I love their Alk off lane. I wish they would combine it with something a bit more sensible than the anti-mage. Maybe they could pull it off this time.
I mean, Bowie, would you say they are the most exciting team in the SA DPC?
In draft?
In Division 1,
drafting.
yeah, I would say so. So far, they've been the most inventive for sure.
Yeah. I feel like I remember
we
when
had
you
to
saw
see
Beast
the
Coast.
mid Sand King from Mini. So until we see that, Hokori definitely has the crown.
Do you remember when you saw Beast Coast, Bowie? And at first they were like really inventive when they're kind of the underdogs, and then they established themselves a bit more their style, and then they stopped being as inventive, at least in DPC, right?
Yeah.
I think Hokori is that Beast Coast when they were more hungry and they were a bit worse, right? And they kind of are trying to get by crazier ideas. That's what excites me about them personally.
I mean, I think the more stable you get as a team, the less inventive you get.
Yeah,
Exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
And I also feel like once you're being forced to be inventive just because you're losing, it's so hard to get your footing, right? Because you're like, all right, let's try this. Then you try this other thing, and then you're just moving from strategy to strategy, but you're not really like executing any of those really well. So
right.
I would
maybe-
say, I would say in a lot of cases, right? If your team is playing an opponent that you guys can't win, and usually some guy in the team, before the pre-game or during the team discussion, you say since we can't really beat them, just give me this hero. Sometimes sometimes teams just plan the draft because a certain player that you trust obviously a lot in the team just gives a suggestion that I just want to play this hero. I want to make them not play Dota, those kind of heroes.
Right, I understand. We go into that's an interesting idea. I would like to think of Hokori like that as well, to be honest. Thunder, they start out with Mars and Snapfire once again bang the Storm, so they got Mr. Gene's covered there. And Mars Snapfire, this was the combo, interestingly enough, that old Thunder, the Lava now, used to run all the time at TI with very little success, but in the current DPC it's been pretty strong.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like
Sorry, I think Snapfire is still pretty strong.
Yeah,
in
she is.
overall. No matter
no,
if you go for the Scatterblast or the Little Shredder.
I feel like if you ban Centaur, Tidehunter, and you just give away Mars Snapfire, you're doing something wrong. I feel like this is probably the strongest opener in Dispatch, Mars Snapfire. I feel like it's like the lane is incredible. You have a lot of flags. I don't like this. I don't feel like you have that.
What about Tight Snapfire? Tight Snapfire should be second?
Yes, I think the Tide ban is fine. I don't agree with the Centaur, though.
Yeah, why the Centaur? I was surprised by that too. I was going to ask you, Bowie.
I mean,
because Oscar plays it,
usually-
but it's not like his wow. Oh, look, Oscar Centaur.
Does he have a high win rate on Centaur or something?
I mean, decent, but it's not like it stands out. I mean, by that logic, Underlord also stands out for Oscar. They're.
And I mean, I don't know if I am banning. If I can choose between banning Mars or Centaur, I'm banning Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, it's. I'm not sure. I understand, but maybe they have a plan here. I think the Mars felt pretty strong last time. Obviously, it was against the Brute, so you do get more value. But I mean, this seems very easy for TP so far.
What would Centaur counter?
Mars is becoming a new standard off lane. It's not really. It's like a replacement to LC. It's never really good or bad. Never really bad to pick him. He's always gonna be useful.
Yeah,
and he's even better than LC because his team fight is much stronger.
You're also giving Mars away to Thunder Predator, flexes it to 5 very often. So
good point.
I think
not the case here,
them,
but they can.
Yeah.
Oh wait a second. No, that was old Thunder Predator, not the current one, right? It was Wu. It was Lava.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you're right. Sorry.
It's okay.
Right,
I've called them no ping. I've called them no ping
reported.
6 times. No, Winter, stop. You're from SCA. You don't get to say here. This is SA Panther. You don't. You gotta sit in the corner. You can talk about Team Motivate Trust if you want to. No, I'm joking, Winter. They picked up the Bane here, so it's not going to be flexed. That's for sure. That's a much better Bane pick, but it's still against Abaddon. Why this obsession of the Abaddon, of picking Bane into Abaddon? Is the Pango enough to justify it?
No, I think it's because and the Pango usually he's just gonna be so far away from the Abaddon because you roll and you're super fast, so the Abba can't really keep up to you. So he feels like he will be able to Fiend's grip targets most of the time because there's gonna be a huge distance between Abba and Pango. I'm fine with this. It's also really good in lane. They're pretty much swapping in the Abba with the Bane.
Yeah, I mean it's still fine, right? I like the Abaddon with the Kunkka. I think it's pretty because the Kunkka is the whole idea of like I'll be the carry, but I'll also tank you. So Abaddon can protect him to a degree. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind having save with a tanky carry, right? Because you don't want him to be stunned and ignored. That's always the biggest issue.
So what do you pair with? They went for the co-op, and I actually didn't mind the co-op Kunkka that much, but I feel like maybe they have to pick an offlaner that plays higher tempo instead of that Brood, because it felt like they couldn't really abuse their power spikes.
Interesting.
They go Hood. It could
So
be Pango,
Pango's the
right?
offlaner, I guess.
Yeah, Pango's the offlaner. Yeah, I mean, it makes
They could
sense.
be flexing, but yeah. Pango mid is decent.
I mean, I've never seen Mr. Jeans play Pango mid though. I know Vitali's a Pango mid player. I don't think Mr. Jeans plays Pango mid.
Yeah, I don't really think the hero is also as good as a mid hero now. I think he's
Yeah, I agree.
he's much more suitable on offlane slash support sometimes. Oh, Bad Rider against Abaddon. Okay.
But I guess he's thinking like this eliminates the potential Kunkka mid.
That as well. That as well.
It has to be mid Bad Rider. Dark Mago is the one that plays it. Like there's I don't.
I mean, that's still rather strange. You don't really know your matchup, and there's a Abaddon, there's a counter. I mean, strange, very strange.
Yeah. So
Yeah, Dark Mago
as
still
Thunder
has like 4
Predator,
heroes.
you just ban Quap and you ban what? Maybe
Wouldn't
Void
you ban?
Spirit?
Wouldn't you
I mean, I
ban?
don't
like,
really
carry, like,
mind.
mids?
I don't really mind playing against any of the spirits if I'm Black Rider mid. I think just swap.
But I see, and you think you
It's-
ban like? I mean, you have to ban a mid hero though, right? So maybe
Yeah.
Puck?
Lina?
most likely.
Is Lina Puck?
Lina is playable actually. It's not easy, but it is playable against
Yeah.
Bat Rider.
I like the Puck idea more though. I do like the Puck very much because he also scales. Because you need something that scales the Kunkka, right? You can't just have a mid later that's only for space.
I think he can also go to the backlines. He can stop the Snapfire Kisses. He can stop the Bane Fiend's Grip.
Yeah.
He
That's a good
doesn't
point.
care about Arena.
Are you liking the draft for now, Winter? You didn't comment much on the Hokori draft. Do you think this is a solid draft? It looks a bit wonky to me.
You mean for Thunder Predator
No, for Hokori.
Hokori.
or Cory? I mean, they could have a plan, with their last pick.
Okay.
I mean, we don't have to understand it, but I'm just, saving my judgment till I see the last pick.
They could have a plan.
That's how you know Winter is a top tier analyst. That's the right answer. the saving phase.
Yeah, thanks for trying to throw me under the bus.
What? I would never do that. I just complimented you. You're wonderful, Winter.
No
Thank you for
desserts
joining
for you
us.
when you come back to Malaysia.
I don't need desserts. I just want the broth. Give me the broth recipe, Winter. You never sent it to me.
Oh wait, what is this? Like a ramen recipe? What's going
No,
on?
he just showed me this incredible place which has the best broth I ever tried in my life. But apparently it was a bad day for it, so I can't wait to go again and try the real good broth.
Even on its 70% day, it was still good enough for Alvaro.
Okay.
So Winter is okay, not analyst, but he's a really good food analyst, right? He's top tier.
All right. I want to taste that broth. Maybe after COVID.
Yes, please.
Malaysia Major.
Morphling ban.
Yeah, the next KR major, man.
Yeah, I mean
That-
it's playable versus Bat Rider. I don't think that's really Mr. Jean's hero, nor
Sometimes
Yeah, I'm
do
thinking.
they think Kunkka's gonna be
sometimes you
mid.
need to, you need to just let the draft roll. You don't have to try to understand the draft.
I see you're flowing with it, huh? It's like the universe, the Lao Tzu way. I mean, I can see the Morphling being kind of useful against Thunder Predator's draft, though. Like, I don't think it's a bad pick. It's not a Hokori pick. Oh,
hello,
hey,
Trent. Beautiful.
I don't know how Hokori make this work, honestly. I think Pockets might be their best option here.
I like Puck. I feel like they're still in that position where they don't really have a true carry, which is fine if I was more confident
Pick a carry, maybe pick PL, pick something. Put the
Oh,
Kunkka
PL's
behind
fine.
it.
Goes mid.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
tell the Kunkka, okay, sorry, bro, go feed against the Bat Rider. Abaddon is gonna hold TP. Just tell me when you're getting dived, I'm gonna TP.
Slark, let's go.
Okay.
That's actually true. That's actually not that bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Slark is okay also. I mean, sometimes for the drop to have to work, you need to
What the
sacrifice something. Huh?
The hell is this
Why?
mid AEA?
Is this Hoodwink mid? Maybe?
No, but it destroys all trees. Like, you can't stun the Batrider because of Firefly.
AA is gonna melt. There's no way AA
It
can
has
mid
to be
against
AA.
Batrider.
It has to.
Is
He's
Dendy
made
this
out of
game?
ice. What are you talking about?
No, is
He's
Dendy this
literally
game?
ice. Yes.
I refuse to believe it. There's no way they're putting mid AA versus Batrider. That's suicide. That actually.
Yes.
Squirrel.
No, the Pengo is better than the Squirrel because he can swashbuckle.
Oh yeah, Pengo's best. Yeah, and then what? Abaddon offlane? Is that your plan?
AA offlane.
Okay,
You know,
I
what
guess
if it's
I'm gonna
Abaddon?
have,
What if it's Abaddon mid?
no.
That's not terrible. I mean, the Beast Coast will do that, but I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
Hokori's not gonna.
Yeah,
do
but
it.
then you have a better mid. Then what are you gonna buy? Radiance?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
just AFK.
Radiance Echo Saber. Yeah.
Midas Radiance, obviously.
Midas Radiance. Yeah.
Oh god.
Get me out.
What is this draft, dude? That is
I'm
way
not
too much
sure.
inventness. Like, I know I said it was good, Hokori, but you guys went too far.
I think that's a safe lane
Very
TA, right?
TA, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
safe
Yeah,
lane
that's a safe
TA.
lane TA. Okay, what I care about is
Oh,
it's Abaddon. It's Abaddon mid.
Abaddon.
Oh
Okay.
no!
I'm the true SA analyst. All right,
Okay,
guys, bow
Radiance.
down.
Radiance is coming.
I mean, it's great versus TA, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that bad of an
yeah.
idea. I would
Yeah.
say this might be a better thing than the Brute last game.
Yeah.
Yeah, you might be right.
Has more
honestly.
potential. He has more
Yep.
potential.
I just
Look,
feel like he's gonna be AFK the whole game. The Kunkka's not gonna have enough levels to rotate, but I mean, sure, I'm down.
I mean, he doesn't have to go.
very
He
late
doesn't have to
here.
go Radiance. He can just go for fighting items. Go for a
Right,
solar.
Echo
Go
Saber.
for Vlads, maybe
Drums,
Echo Saber. I don't know.
Vlads,
Yeah, get drums maybe. Yeah, just get early game items. You don't have to go Radiance.
I like the drums, like Falcon Blade into drum, something like that, and just kind of like fight all the time. Yeah, I actually don't mind that.
Yeah.
Hokori might lose games, but their entertainment value is through the roof. At least they're trying. Like, this is some of the more interesting games you'll see this season.
Yeah, I mean, they might be in 2024, but I'm down to watch it. This is cool.
This is the draft that will win them TI someday. We're gonna just wait and see. But for now, we're gonna have the casters that will someday cast this draft win TI. Of course, I have faith in them. It's gonna be Gareth and Trent.
Yeah, just give me a second here because I'm trying to wrap my head around this one.
What?
About Abaddon's going mid. We talked in game one about like lane swaps and trying to figure out who's going where. Do you want to match this here against this? This game seems like that, but even more so. Like, does Dark Margo want to move away from mid because the Abaddon is now mid? What's going on?
Yeah, definitely seen this one before. I've also seen it. I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the Slark matchup, where sometimes it's like, oh yeah, well, it's obviously going to be good, and then sometimes it doesn't go so well. A lot of it depending on the experience you have in the matchup, and oh well, there's some good experience running mid. I think they spotted the fact that Dark Mago placed that. It looked.
I
like
think
it.
so too. It did look like it, yeah. And then you've got the safe lane TA, the South American special. We saw HFN kick that off in a previous season. A lot of people started copying him, and Pakar's going to be picking it up here as well. So that leaves Oscar on the Mars, Dark Margo's the mid Bat Rider, then Pandamu and Matthew on your Bane and Snapfire.
Mm-hmm. All right, so here's the plan. We're going to get items on Mr. Jeans, and we're going to hit towers. All right? I don't want to see a Radiance. I want to see, like, I don't know, some, like, phase drums and things, and we do stuff. do stuff items.
Run at people.
We run at towers. Towers don't move because your chase, frankly, it's not that great. You don't have any great initiators. I mean, you've got X and you've got maybe a potential Pango Blink, but it's not quite, spirit level initiation here. Where you're hopping around the
So we
map.
want like Phase, Echo, S&Y, AC, Basher.
Yeah, those items,
Some
I
real
don't know if
carry
any items will work for this, but that's
We'll
what
see.
I'm theorizing.
Look at Pakaz down in that bottom lane, by the way. Hidden, melded,
Oh, a double meld
Waiting.
intro.
on Vitali.
Oh, he's got a lot of
What's
armor.
this? Half HP straight away?
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Now, imagine if he didn't start with 6 armor there.
Yeah.
It's actually
basically be
terrifying.
dead.
Yeah, actually. Oh, great.
We saw that. It was the Kyiv Major. We saw Nothing to Say. I can't remember who he played against, but it was like TA versus Ember. Went for meld level 1 and solo killed the Ember twice.
It's pretty nasty.
Some
Fool me
disgusting
once,
stuff.
shame on me, Wait,
Oh, meld
wrong
is one
way.
hell of a spell.
All right, well,
did you say,
safe lane
shame on
TA
you?
Yeah, I did it the wrong way. It's fine.
I didn't
You know,
even know. You
Dota's
shouldn't have
all
said
just
anything.
shame. No.
I knew what you were saying.
I think safe lane TA players should be ashamed because, this isn't where she belongs. She just wants to go home to the mid lane. Do you know how far away she is from Ancients down here? They're so far. They're way over there.
So far.
But, of course, with safe lane SFs and everything, and even, of course, last season, we had a lot of safe lane TA thanks to our good friend HFN. So not too surprising for us down here.
And I guess if your plan is anywhere close to game 1, 4.5 minutes in, you're going to say, screw bottom lane, I'm going jungle anyway.
Yep.
Leave
plan.
someone else down there.
Oh, you get a snap, too. I love it when that happens when I'm playing Snapfire. Mars gets, get a kill with my Mars, then TP down bottom. Just soak up some waves. Feels great.
Get level 6. Yeah.
Get more kills with my Mars. A life. Unfortunately,
Matthew.
another. This looks like last game.
Yeah, Torrent, Cold Feet, forces the Fairy Fire. Oh, that final hit from the AA launches it out.
I love how it was exactly how he died last game. It was Takunka and AA, and the X came out, and then, okay, well, he didn't need the X this time, but he landed the freehand turret, and he just died.
No chance of survival. Right, that mid lane. Panel talked about it. We talked about it. We've not really looked at it. How is it actually playing out?
Well, it's supposed to be a lane for ABBA, where you can go mid, and because core ABBA in itself is pretty off these days, unless you find some strange situations. So Beast Coast used to do it in the position 1, and they made it look pretty cool by essentially doing fast 5 or 4 hero rushes at towers and utilizing the Curse of Avernus. And we've seen other teams try and run it in the mid lane versus this Bat Rider because you can just spam out the very low cooldown Dispel of a Photic Shield. You can bully under the tower, you can run at them. I'd be a little nervous about some of the potential rotations in terms of a deep dive, right? What if Bane TP's in? That could be a little bit nasty. But overall, I would guess the Mr. Jeans does fairly well here.
Yeah, he's got free mana, free HP from Wand. Just keep spamming that shield. And Dark Margot sitting at 6 CS compared to the Abaddon's 12 and 11. Those denies are starting to really stack up.
Well, this is a big
That
move,
rider
though.
goes.
Yeah, the level 4. Oh, man, he's stuck. Oh, dude,
Does he keep,
don't stay there for
does
so
he
long.
keep going? 5
Oh,
Wand, Fairy Fire
Crazy.
ready. Mr. Jean's really playing with fire right now.
Oh, I feel like he took 200 more damage than he needed to there. All for the CS, though. He does it for the last hits.
Yeah. I mean, that's now Bat Rider with no bottle charges. Does have a bounty rune to come back to. But he's depleted the majority of what he had in the tank. So we just see Mr. Jeans get even more CS.
And he's
Try
got
and
an
go for
Orb
that
of
top
Venom now,
rune.
too.
Ooh.
Oh. Run away. Good rotation,
Yeah,
but
sees
he is covered bottom.
the Snapfire, doesn't want it to be involved with that. Well, you'll just be Abaddon farming away there. And top lane, Snap moved. That gave an opening to Gardic
Bottom.
to get the pull back as...
Yeah, they were trying to make a play happen by bringing out Misho, but Vitali really did not want to use a Swashbuckler, obviously, because he needs it for his escape, so... No real opportunity here. Just going to get a Sal from his support, though.
Yeah, keep him in that lane. And El Misho making sure Pandamu doesn't get any pulls off. like Gareth has been doing top, and that has in turn forced Oscar to try some wave dragging, but Yuma one step ahead. Pulls the Radiant Wave back into his own one.
Good pull down right now, though, off this hard camp. Aka's pulls up, and now they're not going to go for it. Okay. Mid lane, though, yeah. Coming under the tower. Nice aphotic there. That got a ton of last hits. Dark Mago still holding about the same gap here. Hard time catching up, and some of that's probably neutrals too.
Yeah, I think so. Dire glyphing. Is that for the mid lane?
Oh, how did
It's
that spear
also
not
for
hit?
Oscar and Matthew chasing Gardic. Ancient Apparition, go on. Give it a go. Oh, the high ground observer ward. Does he want the courier kill? Turn around for the courier, buddy. Yeah, there we go. 2 hits. And they're just going to leave him. It's not worth chasing. There's Gardic AA, apparently.
He's got no way to stun him, I guess. Or at least he didn't think he would go for it if he stayed close.
It does mean Matthew dewards the ancient camp, which had been blocked up by the AA, though, and making some real big stacks for that TA. Pakaz currently being chased down by Vitaly.
Oh, nice. Using the little shredder, just that extra range to guarantee the double stack. Ooh, real good.
Super nice. Pakaz in the meanwhile. Yeah. Caught up against the trees. Oh,
he wants
Vitaly
it.
also
Dude,
close to death.
don't do it. Don't do it.
Go for it.
I'm so scared.
Go try on that hoodwink.
He's just running away and taunting. He's like, please, don't bait me, Panda.
Oh, another little grab there from the bushwhack.
Is it instances? Oh, it is instances, isn't it?
The bushwhack, yeah, a little ticks of damage, doesn't it?
Yeah, so it actually kills a lot of your refractions.
Doesn't feel too good as the TA, but what is it? Almost 7 minutes in, Pakaz is like, okay, jungle time.
There's so many
stacks. Don't want to be bottom
stacks.
anymore.
He could even stack this if he wanted to.
What's his net worth at now? 3,000. So in the next couple of minutes, he's gonna like double his net worth basically.
He's gonna be absolutely massive.
And what is this? Is it like a quadruple triangle hard camp? Only one little stack on the ancient, sadly. Vitaly tagged by the meld again, slowed by the trap, but Pandamu could only nightmare El Misho, so it'll be the hoodwink they'll take down, even in the midst of that Hellbear Smasher camp.
Mode as well.
Yeah, in on top of Oscar's Mars. Doesn't have anything, right? No stick, no fairy fire. So Yuma with Gardic do get something of their own, but it's been a reasonably slow game for kills. 1 to 2 at 8 minutes.
He actually almost hit a play there. Like running north, if he had speared back that Kunkka, there was potential. That would have been sick. Not able to find it. Courier also still hanging up top of the chainmail.
Yeah, just hiding there.
Yeah, the stack. Yuma sees
it. So Batrider cleared the large camp, and Yuma now sees the ancient camp. They've blocked it yet again. So Batrider is the one that actually gathers up the majority of that gold and is now 600 away from Boots of Travel. It does mean Pakaz TA doesn't have anything to fall back on.
Oh, Matthew, though, just going to die, I think, for this.
Yeah, they're all invading. Try to cook you away from the torrent. It was a good attempt. But Mr. Jeans, the carry Abaddon, with Hand of Midas queued up. He's ready there to snap into action.
Oh, this is quite the disappointment, having these all stolen. And Akamago, though, now moving up in towards the enemy triangle. Grab some of their stacks.
Yeah, steal a bit of that as well, but might be dying for it. Hoodwink still chasing. A TA trap there. Should slow them down enough, though. Mr. Jeans moves forward, still
fast.
wanting to play aggressively, and El Misho is being burst down by the physical damage of Pakaz.
He got juked.
Yeah, Mr. Jeans can't find the Batrider, can he?
I mean, at least they can't really punish him. They throw down another trap. They still have an obs in there spotting every move that he's making, but obviously having the borrowed time, they don't really want to make the effort for him. He just walks through mid. What a hero.
You can't touch me.
All right, so Hokori, they stalled out so hard last game. Like, I felt like, yes, Brood was trying to do stuff bottom, and they just weren't able to move once Dark Mago made the rotation and sort of shut down Brood's game. So we need to make sure that that doesn't happen this time. And right now, that's going to come down to Yuma, right, with these X-Mark plays. And I would guess a blink on Vitaly, but he is not really close to that.
No, I'm going for that earn first, then the arcanes, little slow and steady utility items for him. Yeah, I don't know, man. The fact that TA is going to be able to accelerate quickly in the jungle, the Bat Rider, once he has Boots of Travel BKB, we've seen Dark Margo weave his magic with this Bat Rider time and time again. And even though he had, I don't know, a poor laning matchup, one that he couldn't kill, he's still ahead of the Abaddon in net worth by a couple of hundred. So, all things considered, a good start from Thunder Predator, even with the little wrenches in the cogs that Hokori had thrown their way.
I think part of my problem is also just like the tower pressure from Hokori. I'll feel a lot better if they start actually like running at buildings. I will not feel good about him buying a Midas on the Saba. I don't think this is my play. Does not fill me with joy. I am not filled with joy. I think, why is my Abba building a Midas?
He wants to be farmed. I guess one of the downsides here from Thunder Predator is their supports are severely underleveled and underfarmed, but Pandamu with that Fiend's Grip still able to take down Vitali's Pango.
That was free.
Matthew's just trying to like leech experience mid, do whatever he can.
Yeah, I mean, they hit him with the grip and the lasso, so no real chance for survival. But I like this. This part I enjoy, hitting towers. But why is he alone? Can we do this as a team? Maybe it's a little early for that, but I just don't know if they're gaining enough while this is happening. Dark Mago's going to get away in the bottom. I'm not sure what the value is for Hokori.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, Kunkka's got to feel pretty strong with Armlet right now, but Mr. Jean's borrowed time popped by the Bane means for a minute now he doesn't have that safety net. And we've got level 6 on Matthew at this point. Gareth just dying straight up to Oscar's Arena plus Spear. El Misho, Bushwhack, not coming just yet.
He's out.
He just TPs, disengages fully. This is where I start to get. I think I'm with you. Like, Hokori need to make stuff happen. They need to be running at people or towers, because if you're just letting TA farm up, we saw game 1. We've seen time and time again. Angel just farms up a storm.
But it doesn't matter how late it goes. I have a Midas, thought Mr. Jeans.
El Misho just dead to TA. Yeah. And they're also fighting bottom rune as the boat crashes in onto the Bane. But some kisses on towards Mr. Jeans. Borrow time in 2 seconds. Oh, he's escaped from all the damage. He's fine. The borrowed time will pop, though. So ulti yet again expended for no real gain. He lost that hoodwink top. Vitali trying to get on the Bane with his Rolling Thunder. Yeah, inside his river, just crashing from side to side of the cliffs.
Bye-bye.
Dispatches with the Bane, but that, spear back. Yuma just armlet toggles, and he's fine.
Trying to catch him on a toggle down there with that spear, methinks. Not able to do so.
It's been a weird game so far.
It really has. I feel like both games have been a little bit strange.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But
Thunder Predator kind of just playing the waiting game.
Yeah, it's a similar theme as last game. That's all they did last time. They just chilled out and waited. I think last game they identified that Hokori needed to make moves. And so they just kind of chilled. Dark Mago kept just like pushing out bottom and waiting until eventually Luna just got huge. So now we have a situation where they're just like, okay, well, I think Hokori need to make moves, so let's just play defensively and punish if they come in.
And then let's make a bit of a move of our own. Kill off the Pango bot. Yuma also TP down here, but that's your position 1 TPing to try and save your offlaner, who dies anyway. Now you've brought the Hoodwink in. It looks like Bane is just going to piggy away. Dark Mago's hiding in the trees. And again, we look at the left side of the map. Triangle's cleared. TA's farming. Dire Jungle invaded by Matthew and Oscar. And Gardick's Ancient Apparition probably going to get dived in a sec. But he sees them. Observer Ward spots them coming. But you can't stop the spear with an Observer Ward.
I feel like Vitali must be so frustrated too. Like, just getting Lasso and Fiend Script again. There's like double ulting you. But he's such a good hero to shut down. Because again, I think it's very clear to Thunder Predator that he needs an item for them to fight. Like, they can't actually just walk up as 5 and hit buildings with this Midas Abba. They do need someone who can get into the backline and set up some vision for these X's, these torrents, and these boats. And that should be the blink on the Pango. But it's not there, Gary.
Yeah, he's pretty distant, and he's going Spirit Vessel before buying the blink.
I do like the Spirit Vessel. He's poor.
Do you?
I do. I think this game, I think it looks pretty good. Like, with how they want to play, I would think, with like lots of fights and trying to stay on the map and pushing for secondary objectives after a single one. there's some value to the Spirit Vessel just for like additional damage because they are a little weak on damage. Yeah, it combos well with like the Ice Blast and stuff.
That's true.
Burns people down, but yeah, it's kind of outgoing.
Meanwhile, Pandamu's Bane scouts 3 heroes with that Invis rune. Sees every move Hokori makes, and then Nightmare, but no grip for 15. He's trying to force something to happen here, and it's going to be Oscar that blink spears Vitali down yet again. Oh, it's been a rough one for him. 1, 3, and 0. He's had one good Rolling Thunder in that mid lane on the Bane himself, and outside of that, no proper team fights.
They bring all these heroes, and they're just killing heroes on their own side of the map, and they're just chilling. All right, you guys can stay over there. That's fine. We're pretty confident in our efficiencies over here, as well as our like 20-minute plan.
Yeah, I mean, matchup-wise, TA against Kunkka, once TA gets Blink, BKB, you can still, like, 3-shot the Kunkka no matter what's going to come your way.
And his BKB is gonna be so far away, too. Like, the Torrent should be able to do so much work versus Pakas, but they're just not finding the fights.
They might find him now. Oh, any stuns? Yes, the Bushwhack finds him. They'll throw everything towards this TA.
They did it.
Middle tower is under attack.
Good ward. Just getting that all out there.
Are fortified.
This is what happens when you cross the river, TA.
Put out a grip and a kiss.
This is what happens when you go in the river, El Misho. Nowhere is safe.
River equals bad. Oh, the spear arena. Who is it? Who is it? It's Vitali. Another death for him.
Yeah, you feel confident because their mid's dead, right? And so you do something a little bit silly, like walking in front of a tower like that without vision on the other side of the river, and you get jumped. Nightmare dodge from
And then
Panda.
you have... Yeah, nice little Nightmare there. Still dies.
Yeah, no allies there in time.
Teammates not close enough.
It's cute,
They
though.
were focusing on objectives.
Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, I think from these kind of games, it's just that kind of outclass, that experience, that knowledge of what you need to be doing, acquiring targets at the right place at the right time. That Thunder Predator have done so much better this series.
I'm not sure what it is, but you just kind of feel like they don't really care what you're doing.
Yeah.
I see no concern on Thunder Predator with the way they're playing. I think they're laughing it up. They're having a fine time. They're just looking at their next items and thinking, yeah, once this is there, we're pretty unstoppable. Meanwhile, there's, Abba is getting towards the Echo Saber, which is a nice active item for the hero for sure. I think he had the Manta queued up before too, which of course another great item to combo.
Oh, nice flame break cookie.
Yeah.
Oscar not going to go for
no
it.
arena yet. Yeah, could have went for like a blink spear back though, into the river or something. Put him on the low ground.
But yeah, it's one of those things we used to think about, talk about, and feel a lot. In an anti-mage game or a Spectre game, for example, right? You're thinking, okay, if we go late, we're fine, we're covered. But this isn't just that. This is like, we can out-team fight you, we can outscale you, we can outmaneuver and outplay you, and Dark Margo is going to show that here with a lasso through the BKB of the Kunkka, dragging him so far back, he's in the river, basically. The Templar Assassin, along with the Mars, just burst through him, and now Nightmare maybe finds a bonus, but Borrowed Time is ready.
Yeah.
Mr. Jeans to pull the trigger on. The grip comes, Borrowed Time pops him out, but he's speared up against the trees. Now the kisses and the damage from TA shredding through the Abaddon, launched towards the AA in the back, who's nightmared yet again. And it's just that execution of one hero after the other. We know that if we cast our spells and get on the right targets, we are going to shred you.
Dire's middle tower.
I mean, it's pretty depressing when one of your first items is BKB and you're playing versus a Bane and a Bat Rider,
Is under attack.
But I don't think you can really augment your build. Like, there's not many audibles to be called when you're playing Kunkka in the year 2021.
Yeah, it's like if you go S and Y, you still died to Mars, Bat, Snap.
Yeah, exactly.
So then we come to that topic of mixed damage, which has been so popular recently. Physical from TA, physical from Mars, magical across a number of the others, minus armor plus magic damage.
Pure damage from Bane. I want to leave him
Pure?
out, he's cool.
That's very true, very true.
Yep.
Maybe if they kill the TA bottom, though. Signs of life for Hokori.
Well, I guess I should count
Smoking.
TA too. We got lots of pure damage.
Down to the TA. And there's the X mark.
Pure
oh
damage?
my god, she just turns kills the Ancient Apparition. Now the TP from Dark Margot. That's Aegis on TA, so 2 lives at the ready. And Yuma with Mr. Jeans here, kind of stuck in an awkward position, but a Rolling Thunder might be able to remedy that. Crashing onto the Templar Assassin, struggling to take her first life, never mind her second. Just refracts and blinks off to the left-hand side, leaving Pandamu a little bit isolated, but the Mars Arena. They're all stuck inside it. Borrowed time has been expended, and Paka grabs a double kill, while Yuma and El Misho lassoing up the hoodwink. 1 HP Batrider surviving ever so barely. Oh, survives as well, while Kunkka, chased by the TA, armlet toggles, gets himself back towards the fountain. But that was a move that Hokori made that failed spectacularly.
30 HP. Ouch. Oh man, and Paka's just so free during that engagement. Like, just everyone's being served up to him on a silver platter. Just a little deli, you know, take it off. Would you like a pig in a blanket? That's when you're skewered to the wall, you know. He's just munching. He's having a grand old time. He's whining and dining his way in towards the next big item on the Templar Assassin. What's coming out on the courier? Oh, a Mithril Hammer. That's good. Not sure what that'll become. I'm hoping
they've got
a
Oscar.
BKB. There we go. Let's go, Hokori.
A kill is a kill. But it's like what next? You know, they kill the TA top, then what? Nothing really happens. Kill the Mars bottom, then what? You're still waiting for this Abaddon to be a relevant force with Midas, Echo, then into a Halberd. Kunkka working on Assault Cuirass. Yeah, they do get a little bit stronger in, like, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, but Vitali didn't stand a chance.
Cookie to death.
He's closing in on Blink, though, isn't he? 200 gold away from it. Just take him another 5 minutes to farm it.
At this rate, yeah. Any Phillies in the chat? Can I get a Philosopher's Stone? Oh, they actually have one, and it's in the stash. My good man.
And he's dead.
Could I
and he's not
persuade
using
you,
it.
please? Oh, you know that. Talk about pet peeves. Guys,
Lacoste
please.
would cry.
I mean, the thing is, it shouldn't even be in the stash at this point anyway, but it is, so please, take it. You know?
What does AA have? Fairy's Trinket? Oh, Ice Blast, Sharpshooter. Dark Margot gets the BKB off and the Essence Ring. Lassos the Hoodwink out of the trees, no longer safe under the canopy, and burnt to a crisp. Oof.
Dire's top tower
That means your tier 2 top's also dead. Deso, Catapult, Little Shredder, minus armor, and gone.
has fallen.
I've been in this game many times, and I'm always on Hokori's team. The painful feeling. Is
What do we
dread.
do?
It is dread,
Just-
you know? That's what the word is. Because you just know what's coming, right? There's no secret. They're going to keep walking at you, and you're just searching for an answer that's just not there.
Now, you see the bulldozer coming. Very slowly, just rolling towards you, and then squishing your AA with a spear from Mars. Vitali's Rolling Thunder, pretty well placed there, but a grip will stop it. Held in his tracks as Yuma chucks the boat on towards the Bane. The Acorn shot, a bushwhack, no, it's the Sharpshooter coming from El Misho. The arena does trap a couple inside. Yuma trying to now focus onto another target, but Pakas has a BKB. 2 for 1. And the chase isn't done just yet. Pakas has already blinked forward, but the traps slowing Yuma down, allowing Batrider to close the gap onto the Hoodwink. A double for Dark Margot, and another trap, but not exploded. That means Yuma is okay for now.
Just want you to know that my 3-year-old would have scolded you for comparing a bulldozer and a steamroller. He's very particular about that stuff.
Did I say bulldozer?
You did. You would have been yelled at.
I'm
And
sorry.
In fact,
Yeah,
I can
no,
tell you exactly. He
rightfully
would have
so.
said, "No, that's a steamroller." That's how he would have talked to you. So,
I stand firmly corrected. My
Yes.
apologies. I was just thinking of the there's a couple of movies. There's A Fish Called Wanda, and I guess Austin Powers did it as well, right? With the steamroller just slowly moving towards you, just stuck in concrete.
that is what this is. You're not wrong. That is the exact feel.
Like what's next? You're kind of just
Oh, no
waiting for
BKB?
next roach to spawn so you can try and fight. Oh yeah, they get over the boat. Good little grab by Yuma. Pakas trying to turn and fight, but silenced and brought down for a massive bounty of 614 gold and dead
Right.
for 75 seconds.
Chase, get more kills. Go, Pango.
Kill mid tower.
Yes, go. Go do something in these 60 seconds. You need to smoke. Kill this wave. Get it together and smoke. You have Ice Blast. You have Blink, Pango, ulti. Please. I don't want to see you buy an item. Go. Be brave. Be heroes.
Hit small camp.
No. False. Incorrect.
Oh,
Please
the
do
creeps knew what they were
something.
doing.
Is under attack.
There's a creep wave on the mid-tier one, but no heroes.
You just gotta get a little
Setting.
wild with it, you know? Oh no. Oh,
You
no.
get the ball rolling
Don't
and-
die. Don't die to Bat Rider. No, this is not part of the plan.
Oh. He die. Trent.
He died.
Trent, he die.
Yeah.
He also die.
Oh no.
And it might be a third die. 3 dies in a row. Oh, dearie me. Oh,
baby,
Yuma
a
gets the
triple.
BKB off just in time, but they've nightmared up Mr. Jeans. Still inside the arena. Borrowed time. Looking a bit awkward here because they could just, leave him for a second. Still sitting around 200 HP. He's speared on the trees, and in comes Dark Margo again. It's a good torrent to buy time for the
Oh, look
Abaddon.
at Panda too.
Slipping away from danger, but yeah, the nightmare. Panda moves there. They kill the Abaddon. X Mark and Torrent with a sharpshooter back in towards him. Nicely placed. But now the TA's respawned and she's ready to fight again.
Hello, we have our main hero. Well, we will see if Gabe or Ice Frog are feeling merciful
Instant.
today here in 1 second.
No.
They are not. 2-minute timer.
Long spawn. But now the fear and the dread, it mounts even further for Hokori because they're thinking, right, if they're not pushing all 3 of our lanes and not running at us, they must be roshing, right?
Then you're going to throw Ice Blast, and it's not going to hit anything, and then you're going to get blinked on someone else. There's not going to be an Ice Blast for the fight.
Tower is under
And your
attack.
AA is going to go, guys, I'm scouting Roche. I'm sorry.
And your TA is just like farming 7 camps. Your Batrider is deep on that Radiant side,
Top tower
clearing through jungle.
attack.
Has an Octarine core, too, so it's just like 30-second TPs all over the map right now. No cares.
Dire's bottom tower.
Easy tier 1.
Dire's bottom tower.
Yeah, they're trying to scout Roshan. They de-trapped it. So no vision for either side. Inside the pit. You've got to come and address this bottom lane, though, in a second. Catapult Wave is going to approach your tier 3.
Has fallen.
Dark Margo trying in the mid lane to
Look at
toy
the
with
pressure.
Mr. Jeans.
Yeah.
And that's a good flame break. A good
look
second
at that
flame break
damage.
as well. And now the borrowed time is going to get expended in a
Oh, the
really
cookie
rough
of the
spot. There's another
illusion.
cookie on the illusion. The spear back as well.
Top tower is under attack.
Man, that shard is nuts on Bat Rider. You saw that damage ramp up so fast. It's like, oh, you have fought it? Okay, well, here's like 4 charges. Get stickied.
Disgusting stuff. Now outpost taken. Roshan in 30. All they have to do is like push 1 wave top. Batrun is dragging wave with illusion.
Get some neutral items out here, too. 27 minutes. 15 seconds till Roche. They, of course, have the trap, so they'll just wait it out since they'll get into the exact timing. Almisho actually killing some Ancients. Well done.
I mean, Dark Margo is lassoing the AA.
No, we won't talk about
Elmisha escapes from the Templar assassin.
that. Look at his eggs. He's got the boomerang.
Oh, hell yeah.
There we go. That'll do it, right?
Uh-huh.
All right. 25% incoming spell damage. Ancient Apparition. Kunkka.
Yes.
Calculating. Abaddon. Does
With-
not compute. No damage.
With... no, damn it. The Spirit Vessel. What else have they got? Is
Do you
that
think
it?
Tidebringer counts as
Tango,
spell
Rolling
damage?
Thunder?
Now that...
Ooh, that's a...
Because before, Veil used to boost Cleave, but now it doesn't. They changed that in the last patch. After TI.
That's a good question. I don't think
So
so.
I don't think it does, because those are the only 2 sources of that, is that Boomerang spell and Veil.
Huh.
Yeah. I did some testing on Sven and Veil. It wasn't worth it, but it was cute. I mean, it's worth it if he was on your team, but you couldn't really excuse buying it, unfortunately.
I mean, there's also Kaya, right? Well, Kaya's Kaya's not magic damage, right? Kaya is spell damage.
Well, it's incoming spell damage amplification sources. The only 2
Uh-huh.
are Hunter's Boomerang and Veil of Discord.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there's a distinction between them?
Yes.
Very
It's
interesting.
between all the other ones except those 2. Because it's like an actual debuff placed on them or whatever. Whereas
Look at what
Kaya's a
Bane's
buff.
got. Bane's got Vitali with a grip. They've also found one a little deeper. And that's a bigger target to take. Yuma will die as Mr. Jeans TP's back to Fountain. 2 heroes dead for, what, a minute or so. It just looks like such a simple game here for them to play. TA jumps into the high ground and nearly 3 shots Gardic. Aegis in inventory and no cares in the world.
Oh, I can confirm it only fixed Veil. It still works with the hammer, with the boomerang.
Oh, interesting. So you can cleave.
So we
cleave
did learn
buff.
something, guys, from this game.
Very nice.
Our knowledge
Glyph
grows.
forced out. Honestly, Trent, I just don't see what they can do. Like, execution-wise, Hokori are just dead in the water.
You know, I have one of those RGB keyboards where like the keys light up, and it wants to do this thing where it only shows the keys that are relevant in the game. So it only use the hotkeys for your hero. It can do it like on a per hero basis. And I thought, oh, that's kind of neat. But for some reason, no matter what hero I played, it always had G, always highlighted. And I think maybe Hokori could take that advice and just press that one a couple times. No.
Oh.
No. Not what I was going for, buddy.
How
about 2 of those?
Maybe
You're so positive. What an optimist you are.
Go leave the game. Oh, dearie me. Pakaz, Moonshard, Disarmed and Nightmared, Ice Blast will miss.
Come on. What a nice nightmare. I mean, I know boats telegraph, but you're up ahead by this much, and you're still hitting the little stuff.
Oh, Gardic. Annihilated by Oscar. Mr. Jeans did have a nice shield there to stop Dark Margot from doing too much. But Thunder Predator are in full control of where this game's heading right now. Vitali will go for a Rolling Thunder, attempt to get on the Bane and the TA. It's a good torrent to take the Aegis out, but the arena's there, and a grip on that Rolling Thunder stops Vitali. El Misho launches out a Sharpshooter, whiffs it off the mark completely, and the Baden gone for 70. Means this game is surely coming to an end. Dark Margot surviving on 10 HP for a second or third time this match. And your bottom lane of Barracks under onslaught. But no, they don't care buildings. They only care kills. Vitali, come back here. Come on. Come back here. Pakaz wants a triple kill.
He wants a rampage, you know? You've got to find another one here.
2 games, 2 rampages. That's what he wants. Kunkka pushed back by the flame break. Buyback from the Abaddon. Yuma shielded up and gets Dark Margot gem on the deck as well now. They still haven't killed. They still haven't killed a Barracks while Oscar's been killed off by Gardic. So that's a 10x godlike streak on the bat, a 4x streak on Oscar, handing over money to Hokori right now, while Mr. Jeans with borrowed time ready, chasing onto Pakaz, who no longer has Aegis or BKB, but blinks aggressively. Straight onto Gardic and now onto Yuma. 2 kills in quick succession as Dark Margot is brought back and returned to the fight to drag the Abaddon onto the high ground, and GG does come out, signaling a 2-0 victory for Thunder Predator.
Certainly a difference in terms of pedigree here, without a doubt. And Thunder Predator, yeah, they clown around a little bit, but overall, I think they did just play like super clean and very patient Dota. Like the way you lose these games is by unnecessarily getting over aggressive because maybe you just know like, oh, we're so much better than these guys. You know, it doesn't matter. But they were super chill. They just played mega defensively. They essentially just camped on their side of the river and waited for Hokori to feel forced to come in. And when they did, it was very swiftly punished.
So Trent, I know there's a lot of talk out there and about carry players in general not buying BKB, and I'm wearing a very important T-shirt today, which Charlie Tizard made, which is literally buy BKB. But I think the Kunkka might have to modify this advice because I'm not quite sure about buying BKB first items. 2 games in a row has really paid off for him. But we'll pass it on to Alvo and the boys and see what they thought about that and this series.
You hear that, Winter? Sometimes it's wrong. Gareth is questioning you. That's not me. It's Gareth. I had nothing to do with it. I didn't ask him to do anything. That game was... No, obviously, jokes aside, that BKB, I don't think was really the factor. I saw the Abaddon. The Abaddon didn't do too well in lane, and he's just not a hero that recovers. I don't know. It didn't work out at all, in my opinion.
I mean, how many games in the history of Dota 2 has a mid hero bought Midas and Echo Saber as their first items and won? I would like to know that answer because I think they're not a lot. And again, this that combined with their draft, they didn't really have any ways to make plays. That was such a gruesome game to watch because they couldn't really do anything. They were just
Yeah.
watching and waiting for the castle to catch fire. I don't know. I'm sad for them.
Yeah, I think the lanes were definitely a huge problem, like the Abaddon not doing well. And he's a hero that you kind of have to do well in order to have a decent impact in the game. And his item build, I mean, I'm not really sure what do you go for,
Yeah.
I'm not sure, honestly.
Yeah.
Here's a genuine question for you, Bowie, with first stat. If you actually were to check out of all the carry and mid Abaddon games in Dota, how many of them would have been played in SA? Would you say like 80% or so? Because
I would say maybe more than 50%. No,
right?
65% probably. And usually when we would see Biscos doing that, they would have
Radiant's
a super high tempo offlaner that can create a lot of space, and that was just not possible in this game. I also feel like Baron could have done better mid, as Winter talked about. It really needs to win its lane. It just felt like they were like, all right, Abaddon, sure, there's a bad, let's play this mid Abaddon, but I don't think they really played it that much.
Maybe not win, but at least 50-50. Yeah, winning is probably a bit too difficult.
Yeah.
I would also say that's I mean, they were getting a bit outclassed, and I feel like when you look at Biscos play mid Abaddon, right, it's also because of Ektor's incredible farming ability, because they have such a great ability to read the map as well. Again, not to diss Hokori, but you're playing a lane against a Batrider spammer. Of all guys, this is not the guy you want to test out mid Abaddon with, right? I haven't seen Mr. Jeans try it out ever, so...
Yeah, well,
I don't know.
I think the hero would be better if he's on the carry role. Like
I
how
agree.
you're depending on how you look at it, but I feel like he's more suitable as a carry since you're gonna build. I feel like you really want to get a Radiance this game if possible.
Yeah.
You don't want to get the other items. Like if you go Midas, maybe if you want to go Echo Saber, you don't want to go Midas. I'm not sure if Midas plus Echo Saber. I feel like it's a bit counterintuitive.
I also felt like
go
at 14 minutes, that 14 minutes was the first time I saw Abaddon hitting the Meteor 1 tower.
Mhm.
There were a lot of rotations from Leo style because that's what Batrider does. And I just feel like he played way too passive. You have an Abaddon with OT. Like, you can just hit the Meteor 1 tower and you push quite fast, honestly. And it just felt like he was playing carry from the mid lane, and that usually doesn't help when your carry is a mid hero playing from the safe lane, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, because of the experience, he's not getting as much experience as, like, let's say you put the Kanka mid in the same situation. The Kanka has more XP and the Abaddon is on the safe lane. Because whatever happens in a game, if you give Abaddon levels, he's still gonna farm. It doesn't matter if he's level 5 or he's level 7, he's still hitting creeps, But for a Kanka, it's a huge difference. He can TP and help cast his
I like
ult
that
early.
point. That's a very, very good point. I mean, I don't think this would lost in the game, but if we're gonna go for builds, I really did like the suggestion you made towards the end, Winter.
It would have definitely helped a lot. I feel, because if you look at this game, the Batrider won't meet anyway, so you were worried about the Kanka against the Bat matchup initially, but whatever you did in the game still didn't change the fact that the Bat was gonna win the lane.
Exactly.
But it affected the way your team was gonna play the first 10-15 minutes, which is arguably super important for their lineup. Because if they did better in the early game, the Kanka created some chaos on the map. The Abaddon probably would have figured, hey, maybe I could have finished my Midas Radiance instead of Midas, and he felt like, oh, the game is actually going bad. I have to buy something cheaper, I need to get a discount somewhere. And he bought this Echo Saber, which, I mean, I don't know. I felt like maybe he didn't really want to do it, but the game was going bad, so he had to buy cheaper items.
Yeah, like Kanka made it so easy because you can just walk closer to 2,000 range away from the Ancient. You just auto stack the Ancients really quickly. You get level 7 really easy, so you farm the stacks. And so, like, the BKB comes, 10 minutes earlier than a safe lane Kanka. I think there's a lot of incentive. It's just weird. It felt like they didn't really know what they were doing, which is unfortunate because I think their game one was pretty good.
They were too tunnel vision onto the laning phase because they felt like, oh,
shit, this lane is going to be really hard. And in the previous game, they also felt the lanes were not going so well for them. So sometimes when you have this situation as a least experienced team, you kind of fall into the trap where you just tunnel vision into the problem of the last game, or we don't want that problem to happen again. But in this game, you actually have to adjust, you have to adapt because the situation is different, but you fail to do so because you were so focused on that one problem that happened in the previous game.
I like that point. I also think that, to be honest, trying to win the lane against Dark Mago or giving him a good lane, again, no diss to Mr. Jeans, but I've seen Dark Mago with his 5 heroes he spams, right? Particularly 3, Kunkka, Batrider, and Tiny. I've seen him win lanes that shouldn't be won. I've seen him win a Tiny lane versus Razor. Like, he is that kind of guy. He plays those heroes so much, trying to counter them, especially with more typical counters, right? That's why we suggested the Lina or Puck, because those are not heroes that you destroy the Batrider in lane with, right? That's not the goal. The goal is not to win that lane. But Slark or a Batten, he knows those matchups. He knows how to deal with them. He knows how to play better against them, and he is going to have a hero he's more comfortable with as well. So we saw a bit of that come into play. I'm a bit sad for Hokori. I'm still their fan. I like their draft. I like their ideas. I like that they're trying things, but it's really not working out. And I got a question if they maybe just need to do one series where they just play normal Dota and see if that works out.
Just to be clear, I did not like this draft. It's Avos speaking, not the
No.
this part of the
Sorry.
panel.
Okay, Bowie. I don't like their draft, this draft, but I want to say that I like that they're trying. Like, I admire a team that's willing to think outside the box. I think it's a good
Oh
mentality.
yeah.
But
I agree too.
You did make a good point earlier, though. It's that, dude, when you're drafting these many ways, it's so difficult to tell what's wrong with your game plan. Like, if you're actually trying to improve as a team, what's wrong with your game this time? You picked the bad and mid. That's what's wrong. It's easy. I found it. But like that, you need to start fixing some of the issues in your game plan first.
Yeah, it's just like how you spam a hero, right? If you just play 50 games with the same hero, you're definitely going to improve because you're going to meet the same situation a lot of times. If you just play similar drafts or similar strategies, yeah, I guess it works the same way.
That's Dark Mago. That's his plan.
I mean, to add to that, I feel like when your team has a coach, right? I feel like there's 2 different kind of coach. One that focuses on the enemy, like you research what they like to play and what they tend to do a lot, the percentage of what heroes that they do well with, rather than another type of coach where he doesn't really look at what the opponent plays. He focuses more on how we should play as a team. I feel like when you're at the range of your tier 2, tier 1.5, maybe and tier 2.5, I feel like you benefit more focusing on yourself rather than thinking more about what are they gonna do. They might do this, they might do that, you know. Because at the end of the day, it might not matter because you already screw yourself over by doing something that is bad in the game. So it's probably better for you to focus on yourself and worry less
I
about
like
the
that point
opponent.
a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah, but for the tier 1 teams, obviously they're gonna care what the opponent is doing because they have less issues themselves to worry about, and they can focus more on they're gonna do this when they open the draft with that, blah 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 blah. So it works better for them.
Yeah, I think the recognition that you're a certain kind of team is probably one of the toughest parts, right? I think here, for example, there's a couple of issues with that. No, I mean, not only recognizing that you have to work on yourself, but like the abandoned mid is also to me we think Mr. Jeans can win this lane and play something that he's never played before against one of the best mid laners in Peru.
I mean, obviously there could be a lot of issues, you know. We are just looking at the surface. I mean, we think that this is probably what's happening. We're
not sure
if
he asked for the mid-up Batten, right? Yeah. Maybe it's just like, oh, here's your mid-up Batten, Mr. Jeans. Impress us.
Winter,
we're not sure if he asked for it.
You're like a top tier coach, but like our job as analysts is being wrong for like a solid 80% of the time, and then occasionally if something will peer through some glimpse of wisdom, that's usually coming from you because you're the TI playing coach. So you know.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, thank you I'll take that as a compliment.
It was a compliment, yeah. On that note, on a positive note of wow, we got Winter on this panel, by the way. Check us out more often. He's really good, and Bowie, and then I have.
Yeah, I'm here.
I like you, Bowie. I like you, but
I'm waiting for you, Bowie, to try that broth.
Dude, I really want it, okay?
This is the storyline now, but we do have to close the panel today, unfortunately, as both games, the second game ended in a 2-0. Thunder Predator continuing their dominance, but still not seeing an opponent that's up their level. I'm really, really excited to see what happens when they face Beast Coast, for example, or even Lava. I mean, Lava didn't look too great today, to be honest, but
or no ping.
Oh, yes. Sorry. I apologize. There's a Brazilian in the panel. Yes, or Noping. I'm actually really excited to see Noping prove themselves as well. I think Noping looked really good against Hokori. Aside what Hokori did, it doesn't really matter. Like, Noping played good Dota, so I'd like to see them as well. There's a lot of teams that still haven't fought each other, and that's how DPC is usually made, by the way. The organizers do decide this. The first week or two, usually it's you put the more uneven matchups because people are still testing out. You want to make sure that you get the peak viewership for the big matchups. This is normal, guys. We're not the organizer. It's 4D, but every other region has done this. Like, it's don't worry. And as weeks progress, we'll get more of an idea of which ones are the strong teams, and we'll also get some of the more hype matchups going. But for today, we do have to say goodbye. So we hope you enjoyed the panel. We hope you enjoyed the cast in general by wonderful casters Gareth and Trent, and of course earlier Gareth and Lacoste. And we hope you learned a little bit more about South American Dota. Do not play a bad admit in your pubs, please. I play here now. Don't do this to me. And good night.
Yep.